It was a school like any other. Bright hallways, buzzing lights, the smell of chalk and old textbooks. But beneath that normalcy, something was watching, something patient, waiting. I know how it sounds. A normal school? What could possibly be there? But believe me, I've seen it, I've felt it, and I can't unsee it. Tonight, I want to tell you the stories, the ones I've never told anyone. Before we begin, if you enjoy this story, please consider supporting the channel. Your likes, shares, and subscribe help me keep sharing stories like this, the ones you won't want to forget.
I remember the first time I felt something was off. It was late afternoon, the last week before exams. I had stayed after school to finish an assignment in one of the classrooms at the far end of the hall. Most students had left hours ago, and the building had begun to fall into a kind of quiet that felt unnatural. The kind of quiet where even your own breathing seems loud. I was methodical, turning off lights as I went, flipping switches, stacking my books. That's when I saw it. Room 312. The light was on. It shouldn't have been. That classroom had been locked for years. No one had a key, and it was supposed to remain empty, a forgotten storage space at the very end of the hall. Yet there it was, glowing faintly, a soft yellow haze spilling out through the glass panel on the door. Curiosity, and maybe fear, pushed me forward. I stepped closer, heart thudding against my ribs, and peered inside. I froze. There was a figure, tall, thin, and utterly still. It was facing the window, just standing there, watching me. Its presence, I can't describe it fully. It didn't feel human, yet it wasn't screaming or moving. It just was. And somehow it felt alive, in a way that made my stomach churn. I blinked, and the figure vanished. I told myself it was a janitor, maybe a teacher who'd forgotten something. But I knew the school well. No one had been in that room for years. The next morning, the light was gone. Room 312 looked normal again. Empty, silent, innocuous. But after that night, I noticed things changing. Hallway shadows seemed longer. My footsteps echoed differently. Sometimes I thought I could hear whispers behind closed doors, and every time I passed room 312, I felt it. Eyes, watching me, waiting for me to look away. The worst part, it wasn't just the room anymore. That presence, it followed me through the halls. And in the quietest moments, when I was alone, I could almost feel it leaning closer, just behind me, breathing in sync with my own. I tried to ignore it, pretend it was nothing, but deep down I knew it wasn't. That classroom, that light, it was just the beginning.
After the first incident with room 312, I thought I was imagining things. Maybe I was just tired, overworked, paranoid. I tried to convince myself it was nothing, until the audio room. I had volunteered to help with the morning announcements. It was supposed to be simple. Check the microphones, record a few lines, make sure everything ran smoothly. Nothing unusual ever happened in that little room, or so I thought. I spent hours alone, headphones on, speaking into the microphone, adjusting dials. Everything seemed normal, until I heard it. A voice, soft, almost imperceptible, whispering my name. At first, I thought it was my imagination. I paused, held my breath, and leaned in. The voice grew clearer, my name again and again, echoing through the static. It wasn't coming from the microphone I was speaking into. It wasn't coming from anywhere that made sense. I started scanning the tapes and recordings on the desk. There was one labeled with a student's name I didn't recognize. Curious, I played it. I froze. It was me. My voice, speaking lines I didn't remember recording. Every word, every inflection, unmistakably mine. But beneath it, there was that other voice, soft, deliberate, whispering my name. not a teacher, not a student, something else entirely. My hands shook. I tried to rewind, eject the tape, but the player wouldn't respond. And then, for just a second, I thought I saw a girl, just a glimpse, standing behind me in the reflection of the glass door. Pale, silent, hair hanging over her face, unmoving. I spun around. Nothing. I left the audio room and never went back. I told no one. I pretended it never happened. But sometimes, even now when it's quiet, I can hear it. A whisper in my ear, faint, calling my name like it never left. And I know, if I ever returned, I would see her again, watching, waiting.
It was during a routine fire drill. Everyone was following the teachers, filing calmly through the hallways. I was walking with a few classmates when I noticed something strange. A hallway I had never seen before. It wasn't on the map. The doors were old, paint peeling, the windows dusty. My chest tightened. Something inside me compelled me to walk toward it. I know it sounds crazy, but I couldn't stop myself. The hallway was unnaturally long, dimly lit. The tiles echoed my footsteps in a way that felt wrong, stretched, hollow, like the space itself was breathing. On the walls hung photographs of students, decades old, yellowed paper, faded smiles, and then I froze. I saw a photograph from a class taken years before I was even born, and in it, my face, my exact face, in a uniform I had never worn. A cold sweat ran down my spine. I stumbled back, fumbling to find my way out, but the hallway seemed to stretch endlessly. Each door I passed reflected me in the glass, but sometimes my reflection didn't quite match me. A flicker of someone else in my place, someone older, hollow-eyed. And then I heard it, a whisper. Not just my name this time, but fragments of sentences, warnings, promises. The air itself seemed to hum with a presence I couldn't name. When I finally reached the end of the hallway and turned the corner, it was gone. Just the normal school hall, the one I knew. No photographs, no strange doors, nothing. My classmates were waiting, oblivious, chatting and laughing as if nothing had happened. Since that day, the memory of that hallway haunts me. Sometimes in my dreams, I walk those floors again. Sometimes I wake up to the sound of the intercom crackling, whispering my name. And I've come to realize, whatever it was, it's still there, waiting, watching. I've told you everything. The classrooms, the audio room, the hallway that shouldn't exist. I don't know if anyone will believe me. Maybe it sounds impossible, but I can still feel it, even now, decades later. The school, it never truly lets you leave. The memories, the presence, it lingers. If you've enjoyed hearing these stories, or if they made the hair on the back of your neck stand up, consider supporting the channel. Your likes, subscriptions, and shares help me keep uncovering these moments, bringing them to life, so you can feel them too, in the safety of your own room. And remember, sometimes the quietest hallways hide the darkest secrets. Don't ignore the lights that shouldn't be on, or the whispers calling your name.